God just set him up. He was like, okay, it's like you have everything you need, but I want to teach you obedience too, so you can have authority. And the only way you get authority is to submit to it. So just don't eat of those two trees. But the two trees, it was smart. He was like, well, one, the tree of life, basically you with me. So you're in my presence, so you're fine. So you don't need that tree at this particular time. Then, because you know what, they hadn't sinned. So there was no need to eat of that tree. Then the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you don't need that tree because everything's all good. Once they ate of the tree, now evil was an option. Evil was never an option before. So now they're dealing with reasoning. See, because to do evil, you have to come up with a reason. Most of the things that we've done in our lives that's dumb, that's got us in trouble, we usually say we have a reason. It's always a reason. It's not a good reason, it's just a reason. So God is saying, do this, and in your mind, you're being tempted to do something opposite. And the only way you can act it out is you have to hold that negative, evil, or off, or rebellious thought in your mind long enough until you act it out. But that started here in Genesis. But it started with the serpent, subtle, trick, manipulating Eve, which eventually, once he ate, Adam he was alone. Now he has someone that he's been covering, someone that's a part of his life, was taken from his rib, and then she was pulled out of the presence of God. So he went out to cover her too. So now he's pulled out of the presence of God. They were manipulated out of the presence of God. So that's the way it started. See, the key thing about manipulation attacks your mind. It tries to tempt you, same thing he did with them, into reason. To come up with a reason to compromise your purpose in life. Because you're not going to compromise your purpose just because somebody tell you. It has to, think about it. Look at our lives. Look at the dumb things we've done. We have a reason. Sometimes even after you did it, instead of taking responsibility for it, you bring that reason back up to go, yeah, but actually it wasn't that bad because of this. So reason gets us in trouble because it can lean us to do something disobedient because you're considering the evil too, or what's going to be rebellious. You see, so that's what manipulation does. Reason, just as a definition, reason, it's from the root word logos, which actually is the same root word for the written word. So, which is also broken down as logic. That's what we get the English word logic from, logos. So you come up with your own logic, to do something against the will of God. It's like when I teach this in marriage counseling, guys have to lay down their logic to be sensitive to the female's emotions. The female just have to lay down her emotions to logically understand what they got, because we're more logical. So you come up with, in most cases, I have to slip that in, some of us have been exposed to some different things. So their logic is overriding their emotions within themselves. It's a battle. All right, so what manipulation tries to do is resurrect reason. I gotta get reasoning in your mind. See, I need you to question what you would normally do. If I can get you to question it, now it's an option at least. I just want it to be an option. People that, let's say you decide people hurt you or people off and you take a stand. That's it, I'm not doing that no more. Well, so they go, okay, they're gonna shut me out. So I just need to know if I'm an option. I just need to know I'm an option. So think about it. You say, okay, listen, I'm done. All of a sudden they call you up, business as usual. They don't call you up and go, I know you said we done, but can we talk about it? They don't even do that. It's like, well, I was thinking about if we can go out to dinner today.
Right.
What's wrong with this picture? I thought was you listening? Did you understand the words that was coming out of my mouth? They'll just play it off like it's nothing. Well, growing up in school, you tell a person, listen, I'm trying to get good grades here. You're throwing me off. I'm done. And they'll talk to you tomorrow like, hey, we was thinking about going to such and such. They don't even say, I know you're trying to get grades and you're just trying to be focused. Consider not being focused today. They'll talk to you as if you never had the conversation. That's what's called manipulation. They just try to override your mind. Hopefully you'll reason and think, well, it might be a good idea. Well, I know I can get in trouble, but let's see what happens. As long as they get you to think about it, they just want to be a consideration. See, manipulation is not somebody grabbing you and saying, you coming with me. No, that's strong arming you. Manipulation is they convince you to drag yourself to do something, you get in trouble. Then when you do it, they be the ones sitting there going, why was you going to do a dumb thing like that? That's what the devil do all the time. He'll pump you up, you'll do something, he go, I don't understand why you even do something like that. Now, that's stupid. After you've done it. All right, so the types of manipulation. We're going to hit two types of manipulation. One is direct manipulation. So that's more like a one-on-one. It's, look, invisible control without physical contact. That's manipulation all day. Somebody's controlling you. Look, you think you're in control, but they're controlling you. And they haven't touched you at all. They're telling you what to wear. They're telling you what to say. They're telling you what relationships you can maintain. They'll tell you how you should operate in your family. But you say you're in control. Yeah, I did, in Ohio, I used to go to schools a lot. So I'm in a school, and I forgot what my topic was. My topic probably was peer pressure. And so I asked them to raise their hand. How many of you guys in this class is a high school class under peer pressure? Nobody raised their hand. I said, so how many of y'all are your own person? Oh, they all put their hands up. So, but they got me, so they should have put their hands up. I said, so I picked like a couple of the fellas. I said, so you are your own person. Nobody like you. You're original. Yeah. So I called them up. And so I took the clothes he was wearing. So I said, so nobody like you. I said, your dress. Did anybody dress like that? Nah, nobody dressed like that. I said, but I seen 1,000 of them outfits. I seen 1,000 of them sagging pants. I seen 1,000 of them Nikes. I said, but you said you're your own man. I said, but you dress like everybody in the building. Now I chose this. Did you? See, what is manipulation? Invisible control without physical contact. Because it's a subliminal message. It's an invisible message that's constantly telling you something, and your subconscious picks it up and your conscious doesn't. Because what people do is study how your mind works. Your mind consciously picks up stuff, but your subconscious picks up stuff without you even realizing. So they're sending you back. So every time you look at TV, every time you listen to a song, there's some songs they will play backwards, and the song was saying, I worship the devil. They will play the song backwards. It was a commission song years ago, and the guy was trying to say the commission, because commission was more, I don't know if you want to call it contemporary, but there wasn't like the old school gospel. So the guy played them backwards looking for like some devil worship, and the song said, Lord, I worship you, I lift you up. They wasn't trying to say that. They was just singing the song God told them to sing. It's called masking. Whereas you're listening to music, so you consciously hear one thing, but they're telling you something else subconsciously. I saw a young man, he was a wonderful kid. I worked with juveniles in upstate New York. He tried to drink a bottle of bleach. He listened to the song, read the book of Damien in like 2 hours, and ended up trying to drink bleach. The message was telling him, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill. Subliminal messages. So we walk around like everything's all good, and someone else is controlling our lives. But then we walk hard or tough, or we take a stand like, I'm doing my own thing. Really? Well, how come you look like a copy? Miles Monroe said this book in Understanding Your Potential, why be born an original and die a copy? Looking like everybody else. The scripture says, Psalm 139:14, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. God made you like nobody else. Why do you look like everybody else?
Wow.
Something's wrong with that picture. But you tough though. You hard. Can't nobody tell you nothing. All right, let's go. Look, so you got the direct manipulation. And let's look at 2 Corinthians 4. You look at again, I look at life through different lenses, so a lot of times I watch movies, you know, I'm not so holy I can't see a movie. But I see movies differently. I mean, I learn a lot about life through movies, and there's two movies I think about. One is real old, even though I know they had a couple newer versions, The Wizard of Oz, and then the other, the cartoon version of that to me is the movie, I think it's called Milan. But in the movies, there was a similar thing. In The Wizard of Oz, everybody going to see the wizard, and every time they were going to see the wizard was like big and bad. Oh, he was just scaring them. But, you know, when at the end of the movie, they're going to see the wizard because the wizard made them go through all these tests and trials to get things they already had. So then, at the end of the movie, they go to the wizard, and they hear all this noise and the fire's smoking, but the little dog pulls the curtain out, and the wizard's just a normal guy like everybody else. But he's behind smoke and mirrors. And the movie Milan, really never saw the whole movie, but I just saw this part. Saw some young kids watching it, and I think Eddie Murphy plays a part of a dragon. And so he was standing in front of light, and the light projected him as this huge dragon. But really, it was his shadow. He really was like a little tiny dragon, you know, talking trash. And that's how the adversary is. That's how people are in your life. They're false evidence appearing real. It's all smoke and mirrors. And a lot of times we don't see it. So we adjust our life for counterfeits.
Wow.
And then so now you're making decisions being led by a counterfeit. You can only become a counterfeit yourself. As opposed to seeing beyond the looking glass, beyond the front, and seeing the real person. Like really, a lot of times we end up following people that's supposed to be following us. So here we're becoming less than we are when we were more than them the whole time. And they done tricked us into thinking that we're less than them, so we actually start to follow them to be less than who we are. I know that sounds kind of deep, but it's a true statement. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 4, if I can get to it. It says, look, it says, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of men who believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine in them. So it says, the God of this world, God of the world system is Satan. It says little God. It says, so he's blind, he can only blind the minds of men that don't believe. If you don't believe God, he has access to your mind to blind you. And once you go blind, you can't see. That's the whole thing about being deceived. If you knew you were deceived, they wouldn't call it deception.
Right.
You know, you got people, I ain't deceived. How would you know? See, but a lot of times he blinds the minds of them. He can only gain access to your mind to cloud you if you don't believe God. If you believe God, he don't have any access because there's too much light around, and darkness can't be around light.